Do you belong to the group of people who believe in a higher power controlling their lives, or do you follow Neville Goddard's teachings, which suggests that we are the creators of our life circumstances and shouldn't blame others for what happens? If you're facing challenges in manifesting your desires or experiencing difficult times in your life, this video is a must-watch for you. Make sure to stay tuned, and if you're new to this channel, consider subscribing to join our wonderful YouTube family. So without further delays, let's begin. Neville Goddard's teachings revolve around a simple idea. You are in charge of everything that happens in your life. Once you get this, you won't feel the need to rely on others or worry about your circumstances. Understanding this idea helps you tackle doubts and roadblocks that might be standing in your way. Some people turn to coaches or join groups to understand the law of assumption better. But when you understand that you are the source of what happens in your life, you won't feel the need for outside help. Still, for some, this idea can be tough to fully understand, making them doubt their own power and preventing them from manifesting their desires. Before we even get to the law of assumption, there's the law of attraction, which suggests there's some external force that controls your life and helps you manifest your desires. So you will have to ask that outside force for your manifestation. This way of thinking becomes a hurdle for many people when their attempts to manifest their desires don't yield any results. The truth is that putting your trust in an outside universe or power, even a higher power, could mess up your attempts to manifest your desires. The moment you start thinking that a higher power controls whether your wishes come true or not, your chances of manifesting them shrink. You might have come across advice from coaches suggesting you need to align your vibration with what you want or use things like stones or herbs to make your wishes come true. But really, the simple truth is this: there's no power out there that's stronger than you. You've got the power to transform your life and manifest your desires. Relying on others might mean you don't fully believe in your abilities, or maybe there's a bit of fear there. Realizing this is very important if you haven't seen results yet. Many people who have felt let down by the law of attraction have turned to Neville Goddard's teachings. They believe there must be a better way to understand this stuff than what they've heard before. Imagine that your life is a big canvas and you're the artist. Every time you take action, every choice you make is like the brush strokes that create your experiences. When you get that you've got this creative power, you don't need someone else to come and paint for you. When you truly understand that you are the one shaping your life, it feels freeing. You're not just along for the ride in someone else's car, you're the confident driver of your journey. Yes, the journey to owning your power might not always be smooth. Doubts can sneak in, challenges might seem huge, and the idea of needing help can feel like a crutch. But at the core of Neville's teachings is the reminder that you're the one holding the pen to write your story. Neville Goddard's teachings urge you to see things differently and encourage you to become a conscious creator. This doesn't mean ignoring life's challenges or pretending everything's perfect. It means understanding that even when things are difficult, you still have control over how you react and how you shape your path. Imagine you are the captain of a ship, steering it through calm waters and stormy seas. You're not at the mercy of the ocean, you're the captain guiding the ship. Similarly, you're not powerless in the face of outside forces, you're the one steering your own life's ship. Seeing yourself as the creator of your reality isn't about shouldering everything alone, it's about recognizing the power you already have. It's about letting go of doubts needing others and learning to walk on your own, knowing you have the strength to handle whatever comes your way. In Neville Goddard's teachings, you learn that you are the cause behind everything that happens in your life. You're not separate from the universe, you're a part of it. That means everything in the universe belongs to you. These teachings give rise to thoughts that make you feel good, inspired, and motivated. The idea of God or a higher force being separate from you doesn't hold water here. Why? Because you're the only one making things happen in your life. You've got the power to get what you want, and you don't need to blame outside forces anymore. Your life story is something you have a hand in, and you've got the power to be and do whatever you set your heart on. But the thing is, many people still find it hard to swallow or act upon this truth. As a result, they let outside things control them and end up living lives that don't quite satisfy. To live the life you want to manifest, you have to grasp the idea that you're the reason for everything. Taking a page from Neville Goddard's book, he makes it pretty clear that there's no other player in this game. He hammers the point home that the name of God is simply I am, which means you can't toss responsibility onto anyone else. No matter how things seem, you're the one behind the scenes, manifesting situations, circumstances, and experiences in your life. Neville Goddard also explains that your awareness is the thing that shapes your reality. Your everyday world, the things you see, hear, and go through, mirrors your thoughts. What's in your consciousness becomes part of your reality sooner or later. You, with your awareness, hold the power to shape your reality using the magic words, I am. Even if you're not fully aware of it or you're stuck on autopilot, that power still guides how things go in your life. If you want to create the life you want to manifest, you have got to tap into this power. And to get the ball rolling, you need to chuck those doubts and fears out the window. Getting rid of doubt is the name of the game if you want to make your dreams come true without hauling in stuff you didn't want. So within Neville Goddard's circle, the spotlight shines on the fact that you're a driving force in your life. You're not just a passenger, you're the one steering the ship. You're not alone in the universe, you're part of it, and that makes it all yours. These teachings fill your inner self with positivity and motivation. This whole idea of God or some higher power being outside of you is flawed. You're the one controlling your life. You have got the power to manifest your desires, and you don't need to point fingers at others anymore. Your life? You've got a say in it, and you've got the power to live the way you want. But here's the deal. Many folks still can't quite wrap their heads around this or put it into practice. And because of that, they let things outside their control dictate how they live, which isn't all that satisfying. To live the life you're gunning for, you've got to get that you're the one behind the scenes. Neville Goddard spells it out pretty clearly. There's no tag team partner in this gig. He drums it into our heads that God's name is simply I am, which means you can't just shrug off responsibility. If your life isn't looking the way you want, or if you're dealing with things you'd rather not, it's because your doubts have played a part in bringing them about. To make the things you want, the situations you desire, and the experiences you dream of come true, you've got to kick those doubts to the curb and fully believe that what you want is already yours. Think of it this way, you're like the boss of your own life, calling the shots. Neville stresses that both the good stuff and the not-so-great stuff that comes your way is because of you. Once you get that, you can steer your thoughts on purpose to make your dreams come true. Don't forget, every aspect of your life, the happy, the tough, and the just okay, is on your shoulders. You can whip up what makes you happy and what makes you cringe. You're the one pulling the strings. Now let me ask you the most important question. Do you want to keep living by the old rules, or are you ready to let your imagination run the show? If a different kind of life is what you want to manifest, then you have to get familiar with your imagination and take charge of your thoughts. Your imagination is like the birthplace of your life story. According to Neville Goddard, people don't even realize how awesome this power is, but once they get a taste of it, they will become able to manifest their desires. So now that we know imagination can help us manifest our desires, the question is, how do we use our imagination? The sad reality is that when people are told they can manifest whatever they want, they stumble when it comes to imagining it. But ask them to imagine the things they don't want, and they're all over it. The first hurdle, even after knowing imagination can help you manifest your desires, is figuring out how to do it. The life you've lived so far, it came about through your imagination even if you didn't know it at the time. You have created your whole life without even meaning to. Now, to get what you want to manifest, you've got to imagine them with faith. Sure, imagining something is a breeze, but you've been doing it without really knowing. From when you were a little kid, you've been imagining stuff, but now it's like the imagination tap isn't flowing as easily. Kids are great at imagining because they don't question it and don't get bogged down by grown-up worries. We grow up with all these limits. If we think of something that others say is crazy, we're made to feel like we're in the wrong. Neville Goddard hammered home that our imagination is super powerful and godly, so we shouldn't stuff ourselves into the box of what others expect. You're like the author of your life story, so start imagining the good stuff, take command of your thoughts, and toss out the negative ones. Now let's talk about the best way to make your dreams feel real through imagination. Neville Goddard gives a few techniques you can try, like the ladder technique and the SATS technique, which many people find useful. Both techniques involve building a scene in your mind that's all about your dream coming true. Imagine that scene in detail, feel it, see it, live it. By picturing a scene that really happened once your wish is granted, your imagination feels like the real deal. If you're struggling to really imagine, or you've got doubts, pairing your visualization with affirmations can beef up your imagination workout. Affirmations give your imagination a boost and help you picture what you want. Once you're feeling like your dream's actually happening, it'll show up in the real world. Give it a few days, and you'll start seeing the magic of your imagination in action. Your outside world gets its cues from your inside world, so what you think, assume, and imagine shapes your reality. This process is pretty simple, but a lot of folks have trouble getting it because they're used to unintentionally making stuff happen. To manifest your desires, you've got to master your thoughts and learn to steer them where you want them. If you don't, you'll just end up creating stuff you didn't want and didn't need. I hope I delivered a good analysis of this idea by Neville Goddard, as he was a great teacher and inspired millions of people around the world. If you want to share your opinion, comment down below this video. And if you haven't subscribed to our channel, please subscribe to it and press the bell icon for more interesting, informative, and helpful videos on manifestation. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.